Said it before, I'll say it again. Stop getting games that you like. Stop romanticizing games. Games are not to be romanticized. Games are to be enjoyed actually playing them. Let's talk. So when I say stop romanticizing games, what do you actually mean by that, Chris? I mean, when we look at the retail side of things, when we look at the crowdfunding side of things, right? We look at these games and we look at these games online, we look at these games on crowdfunding, and we have this romantic idea of what this game will bring to me, what this game should be, what this game could be, and what I want this game to be in the first place, right? Whether that's, again, this is going to be divisive because I'm going to equally opportunity hate on all of these things. Heavy Euros, worker placements, as well as miniature-driven, plastic-driven games. Both sides of things, on both the retail, but especially even the crowdfunding side of things, get romanticized. You know, oh, those have the nicest metal coins. Those have the nicest deluxeifications I've ever seen. Oh, wow, those are the best looking miniatures. Whoa, they're partially black coated in Sundrop. Oh my goodness, how big is that Cthulhu? No, I mean, why? Why? People make these things out to be just absolutely the best thing since sliced bread. And it's okay to like these things. It's okay to really like these things. But when we have pages on crowdfunding nowadays where it has now become the routine to scroll through the crowdfunding page on a weekly basis and see the whole 50% of the page to be component pictures, to be FOMO pictures, to be price pictures. You're missing out. You're going to lose your opportunity to get this. I mean, to romanticize, literally, the definition is to make something seem better or more appealing than it really is. How many games, let's talk crowdfunding here for a second. How many games on crowdfunding do you think that applies to on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis? How many of those games do you have in your collection that you viewed in that light until you got them, or until you played them, or until someone put out a review that said something to sort of shine the light on it in a slightly different or not as altruistic or positive manner, right? Again, that's true whether it's a miniature-based game or a heavy Euro game. Both sides have that smell, if you will. And the problem is we have a hard time learning our lessons, self-included, right? Like, we don't get the game and we go, oh, geez, I made a mistake here, right? Like, it's more like, oh, well, this one didn't turn out. Let's go get the next one. Though the next one will be even better. The next one, I won't make the same mistake. That can't happen again. And it does, because it's like, you know, dating, right? They always say you have a type. And especially with these two things, these two mechanistic, these two aesthetic components of things in combination thereof, people tend to have a type. And they tend to get a lot of the same type. And, you know, the colloquialism, what's the definition of insanity, right? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And that's what's happening. Is we're saying, well, you know what? These deluxeifications are going to make this game. Now, this, I'm not sure about the gameplay, but boy, howdy, if the gameplay works, these deluxeifications are going to be above and beyond everything from that side of things. And they're going to make it, you know, potentially a 7 to a 9. Do they ever really do that, though? Like, were you ever like, wow, if this didn't have deluxeifications, if this didn't have miniatures, this game would be a 6 instead of a 9. This game would be, Spirit Island would be, you know, a 6 instead of a 10 for me if they didn't have all these plastic miniatures. Oh, wait, it doesn't, does it? Huh. Ark Nova wouldn't be nearly as good if it didn't have all the deluxeified metal No, guess not. But you get what I'm saying, though, right? You don't have to have that stuff, especially on the crowdfunding side of things. You know, the same thing goes along with it hand in hand as a side tangent of promos. Promos, whether it's pre-order promos or crowdfunding promos, right? We romanticize that as I need to have that promo. That promo is so freaking cool. Do you ever use promos? How much do you actually use promos? How much do promos actually add to the game? Do they add anything? Do promos actually add anything whatsoever? I had a promo for Dead of Winter. I had the Felicia Day promo, right? Maybe played with it, maybe got it out of the character deck or the event deck once every 5 or 6 games. 5 or 6 games. How many times do you play that game to actually get it played then, right? Because, it's not like I'm just sitting here playing Dead of Winter and, have 100 plays of Dead of Winter and then I've, gotten a significant amount of play out of it. Right. And it's also, the other issue that some of these, because they're created to romanticize the games or romanticize the interest in the game, they're actually worthwhile gameplay wise, or they're, actually decent enough to use, or they're not completely skewing the balance of the game. Again, not like skewing the balance is something I'm always terribly concerned about. I don't really care about that. I just play to have fun. But do they actually add a bunch of that? No, they don't always. Not many of them do, unfortunately. But we romanticize them because otherwise, why would we have a whole host of crowdfunding on a yearly basis that their sole, product that they put out in return for crowdfunding is essentially that. So to say that it doesn't happen wouldn't also be the case. But promos are a whole nother video in and of themselves for a rant or ramble in the future. But have you found yourself doing that? Have you found yourself looking at it from that side of things? It's easy to do. I've been there. Speaking from a place of knowledge and a place of, been there, done that. Don't want to go back there. Don't want you guys to end up there either, which is why I like talking about this stuff. Am I the most eloquent about it? No. Do I have fun talking about it? Yes. Are people going to think I'm way too angry in the comment section? Always. It's a good time, though. That's why you tune in, right? Liege Games. Board game rambling and ranting in 2022. Can't get enough of it, right? Any topics you want to see me rant about? Angry guy yells at screen, YouTube, board games in 2022. That's all I got. Let me know in the comment section below. Stay classy. See you around.